So, we didn't sleep too well last night. Um, well, I didn't. Um, Maybe only got like 5 hours of sleep total. 6 at most. But I mean, my energy levels are normal. And someone in a previous video asked if I do have bipolar. You know, just to set the record straight, I know that 2 people in my family have it. I mean, they're managing it. One is an aunt on my mom's side of the family, and then a cousin of, well, basically one of my cousins from my mom's side of the family. So, you know, it's possible. I mean, I'll say I'm noticing periodically that I can't get a lot of sleep. This doesn't happen all the time, but there are periods of time where I don't get a lot of sleep, but then I wake up and I have normal energy. Or, I'll have sudden mood changes. Like, I think I mentioned it before, but I'll just mention it again, just in case I didn't. There was one time I was at the dance hall with one of my friends. This was recently, and I had a few drinks. I didn't think I was really that intoxicated, tipsy, but not drunk. And I had my sketch pad with me because, I didn't really feel like dancing, so I just felt like trying to sketch, more so with my right hand, since that's my non-dominant hand, and trying to practice with that. And then I spilled some water, and I got on my sketch pad. And this one guy, he's a new friend of ours. He noticed that my mood changed like that. It went from calm and, normal to all of a sudden agitated and angry. It's like that scene from American Psycho where Patrick Bateman is being all nice and cheerful to, an acquaintance of his or a friend of his, and he says he'll meet up with her, and then all of a sudden he turned, like as he's turning, his happy look just turns to just anger or frustration. That's about how quick it was. I didn't really notice it though. But he, excuse me, but he did. So that's interesting. I didn't even feel that sudden switch, but he did. I think I was more irritated at the fact that I had spilled something and I was being clumsy. Because I was just viewing myself as the idiot drunk at that point, even though I wasn't drunk. There have been times where I made impulsive buys. There were times where I spent like hundreds of dollars on a purchase that I probably shouldn't have done in the first place. There was one time my ex and I went to a popular tourist attraction, and I wanted a gold chain because I didn't have one, and there was a particular style that I wanted, and I had looked at this jewelry store before. It was located inside a mall. I was just browsing at first. I left, and then I come back to, or I leave and I come back to look at some of their gold chains. And of course, they have the one that I want, but at a stupid price. And of course, I let the sales guy talk me into the purchase. Going in, I knew what was probably going to happen, but I did it anyway. I bought it anyway because, I don't even really know the full decision other than it was something that I wanted, but I didn't think about the consequences of putting down that much money on something like that. But, I ended up doing that. I put it on my credit card so I could just, not really see my bank account go down, but just see the credit balance go up. I have since paid it off. And it wasn't like I was in dire straits at that point in time to not pay for it, but that was a good chunk of money just gone. And I should not have done that. And I also knew later on, after weighing the thing and looking at, it's a fairly well crafted piece. but it was not worth the price tag that they were shelling at. I mean, I was at least ripped off by hundreds of dollars. So, but, you know, I say that because I've noticed that I do make a lot of impulsive buys. Hell, in the past 2 months since my breakup, I've spent about, in 2 months, I spent about the same as what I would normally spend in 8 months. So, a good chunk of that money, though, was devoted to Ubers, because, you know, I'm getting out for my own sanity. So, part of that money was investment in my sanity, you know, as well as getting coffee and food. But, you know, I could have cooked. I could have saved a good chunk of that money, but I didn't. So anyway, impulsive decisions, like impulsive buys, which I seem to do not too frequently, but frequently enough, that it affects me. Sudden mood swings, and periodic cycles where I don't sleep, at least get nearly enough sleep, and then I have normal energy. So, I forget how dry Ezekiel bread is. It's whole grain bread. There's no preservatives in it, so you have to freeze it for it to stay good. Or to preserve it, that is. But it is high in protein, a lot of fiber. Tonight, I'm going to try and position this tripod in a way that I can make some drawing videos, or at least make a drawing video. So hopefully I'll have that up tonight. I will probably buy the materials I said I would buy next Friday. That's when I get paid. So I'll invest some money in that. Trying to think of anything else I wanted to get out there before I finish my breakfast and then head out to work. Oh, and you know, to my one Patreon subscriber, just want to say thank you. You know, I'm glad that, you know, you wanted to join my community. Hopefully, you know, if you have any art questions, you can just post it there. I'll try and check it here and there, you know, each week. But of course, if more people join, then I'm going to keep track of it more and more, just so, you know, people have questions about art, or, you know, if people have any tutoring questions related to, you know, their math studies or physics studies in short. Granted, if you talk about pure math, like, you know, anything beyond what I've taken, because I've taken mostly just applied math, then I might not be much help to you. Although I do want to get back to reading some abstract algebra. I just need to figure out where the hell that textbook is. It's somewhere, but it's a good book. So anyway, I thought I would just talk about some symptoms that I'm noticing that are kind of akin to bipolar, but I'm not saying that I'm bipolar. I'm just saying perhaps that is a possibility now. But again, I'm taking mood stabilizers now. I'm on Wellbutrin and Abilify. Tomorrow will be my last day of taking a little bit of lithium with it, because if I stopped taking the lithium and started taking the two new meds, that could drastically increase the suicidal ideations. And, you know, as my psychiatrist said, she does not want to see that. Also, for those of you that were asking, you know, I'll also see if I can buy a better mic. I don't know if you guys have any recommendations. If you do, just comment and I'll look at it on Amazon. I hate Amazon as much as the next person, but right now I rarely order from them, but I'm just gonna order this time for convenience sake. And I also don't do Prime because I know what the fuck they do to their workers. I just choose the longest shipping, not the fastest shipping, but the slowest shipping time, just so A, it's free, and B, I'm not rushing anyone. You know, I don't really care if my package comes a month later, a month later, as long as I know it's on the way or it hasn't been forgotten, then I don't really care. So, anyway, that's all I want to talk about for now. Again, I'll try and set up this tripod tonight so I can do a video where I'm drawing and commentating while I'm drawing as well. I think the drawing that I'll do tonight or work on is more of a, it's not a detailed drawing, but it'll be of Hellboy, David Harbour's Hellboy. Granted, I didn't like the movie, but I liked his portrayal of Hellboy. So, but you know, still, Ron Perlman's Hellboy takes the cake any day. So, thanks for watching. Bye.